Hello dear friends, I am Professor D.G. Trivedi going to take your second part of read-only memory. And the second part we are going to take the application of ROM, that is read-only memory. And that application is nothing but logic circuit design using ROM. We have discussed earlier also. There are four different ways you can design a logic circuit of any truth table. The first one is sum of product method. Using the sum of product method, you can implement that equation over an unknown circuit. Or you can have product of some solutions, which can be implemented using NOR-NOR circuit. There was third methodology also you studied in starting of this chapter in a multiplexer. You can utilize the 74150, that is a IC which is a universal logic circuit. Using that also any four variable truth table can be implemented. And that way, this is the fourth method which you are going to learn here using diode row. Now, generating Boolean function, because the AND gate of figure 4.40 reduce all the fundamental products and diodes or some of this product, the ROM is generating four Boolean functions as follow. See this figure. This is a on-chip decoding using diodes ROM, and 3-line to 8-line decoder is utilized here. 3-line means there are 3 input variables ABC and there are 8 output of 8 AND gates are going to be there, because the input combinations is going to be from 000 to 111. 8 combination is going to be there. That's why 8 AND gates are going to be utilized. What is the fundamental product? Corresponding to 000, A bar, B bar, C bar is going to be fundamental product. Corresponding to 001, A bar, B bar, C is the second fundamental product. Corresponding to 010, there is A bar, B, C bar, and like this way. If there is a last combination, it's going to be 111. The fundamental product is going to be ABC. And that way, this is going to be connected to the input of this bus bar system. A and A bar is available, B and B bar is available, C and C bar is available. So when you select A bar, B bar, C bar, that means when A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0 and C is equal to 0, A bar, B bar and C bar is going to be high. So output of this AND gate is going to be high. So out of 8, only one of the output line is going to be activated. That's why it is known as a 1 of 8 decoder. 3 line to 8 decoders or 1 of the 8 decoder it is called, because one of the 8 output lines is only activated. Now these 8 output horizontal lines and are connected with 4 vertical lines through the diodes. Now if you see that this one, there are 4 lines are there, so 4 Boolean equations can be generated. These are the fundamental products. They can be ORed using this diodes. So whichever diode is connected from horizontal to the vertical, that fundamental product is going to be ORed in that sum of product equation. Suppose what is Y3 is equal to? Y3 is equal to this fundamental product, A bar, B bar, C, or A bar, B, C bar, or this third one, A bar, B, C, or A, B bar, C, fourth one, and A, B, C, fifth one. These 5 fundamental products are going to be ORed, and you will get the output Y3. That means Y3 is going to be high if this line is going to be activated, or this fundamental product is going to be high, or this fundamental product is going to be high, or this fundamental product is going to be high, or this fundamental product is high. That way you are getting one Boolean equations, which is nothing but sum of product equation for output Y3. Similar thing for Y2. For Y2, how many diodes are connected from horizontal to vertical? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 fundamental products will be there. Which is that fundamental product? A bar, B bar, C bar is the first fundamental product. A bar, B, C is the second fundamental product corresponding to this diode. A, B bar, C bar, that is the fundamental product for this one, and ABC is the fundamental product for this one. So you are getting Y2 is equal to A bar, B bar, C bar, or A bar, BC, or A, B bar, C bar, or ABC, like this way. Similarly, you will get for Y1 equal to A bar, B bar, C bar, or A bar, B, C bar, or A, B bar, C bar, or AB, C bar, or ABC. And for Y is equal to 0, you will get this fundamental product, that is A bar, B bar, C bar, or A bar, B, C bar, or A, B bar, C, or AB, C bar. That is nothing but the Y is equal to 0 sum of product equations. And that is given here. These are the equations which we have developed. These equations are designated 4.1, 4.2, 4.3 and 4.4 corresponding to Y3, Y2, Y1, Y0. This means that you can use row instead of AND OR network or NAND network to implement this sum of product equations, and truth table is going to be implemented. So corresponding to this truth table, you will get a 4 different equations, and that can be possible. So you can see this truth table. ABC is the combinations, that is the 3 inputs, and that is inputs are going to be varying from 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 up to maximum of 1, 1, 1. Now you will be having 4 different outputs. Either you require output Y3 or you require output Y2. You may be require output Y1 or you may be require Y1, Y0. So corresponding to this one, you can utilize that equation 4.1, 4.2, 4.3 and 4.4 can be implemented using this diode row. For instance, suppose you start with the truth table like the one in table 4.10. There are 4 outputs Y3, Y2, Y1 and Y0. A sum of product solutions would lead to 4 AND OR circuits. One for each equation 4.1, second for equation 4.2 and so on. The row solution is going to be different. With the row, you have to store the binary number of table 4.9, same as table 4.10, as indicated addresses. When this is done, the ROM given in figure 4.40 is equivalent to sum of the product circuit. In other words, you can use the ROM instead of AND OR circuit to generate the desired truth table. So this way we can use the ROM to implement any free variable truth table here, because we have utilized 3 line to 8 line decoder. If you want to implement 4 input truth table, then you should have a 4 line to 16 line decoder. So 16 output AND gate is required, 16 fundamental product will be there, and that will be having 4 variables ABCD. So this way you can utilize ROM instead of NAND circuit or AND OR circuit. Okay, now the next thing is programmable ROM. Previously we have studied only ROM. ROM means read-only memory. You can read that memory. You cannot rewrite that memory. Once it is written, then you can just read that one. You cannot rewrite that any instructions or data over that space, or at that particular address, whatever data is there, that data you can read it. What is programmable ROM means? Programmable ROM means you are allowed, either user is going to be allowed or manufacturer is allowed to write the program according to its requirements. According to our needs, we can connect a diodes from horizontal to vertical lines. And once it is going to be done, then it is called program. Once it is going to be programmed, you cannot alter. That is known as a programmable ROMs. A programmable ROM, or which is in short known as a PROM, allows the user instead of manufacturer to store the data. An instrument called PROM, programmer, stores the words of burning in. Here is an example of how a PROM programmer works. Originally, all diodes are connected in the cross points. That means in this circuitry, whatever you have studied the previous circuitry, it taking times. So see here in this particular on-chip decoding circuitry, there are 8 horizontal lines and 4 vertical lines. So total possible connection, maximum possible connection is 840 multiplied by 4, that is going to be 32. So all diodes are going to be connected at every place. That means 4 multiplied by 8, so 32 diodes is going to be connected here. And these diodes are connected with some fusible link. That means with each diode in series, there is a burning fuse is going to be connected. And if you pass excessive current, then that particular fuse is going to be blow off. And hence, that particular diode is going to be disconnected. So, using this methodology, users can utilize or users can program this ROM. For instance, in figure 4.40, there would be total of 32 diodes, 8 rows and 4 columns. Each of these diode has fusible link or small fuse. The PROM programmer send a restrictive high current through all diode to be removed. So, if we remove a certain diode, current through that diodes only will be high, excessive current will be there. So, corresponding to that diode, whatever fuse is connected in series is going to be burn out, and that particular diode is going to be disconnected. So, you can see here, this is 3 line to 8 line decoder is going to be there. Again, here the connection is going to be shown like this one. This indicates that all the 32 diodes are going to be connected. And out of this 32 diodes, the diodes which you don't require, that should be disconnected. And that can be disconnected by passing high current through that particular diode, and that fuse is going to be blown off. But once that fuse is going to be blown off, that means the diode is going to be disconnected. You cannot reconnect it, the diode. So once the data or the user have used this IC or it is going to be programmed, you cannot change it. You cannot alter it, remember. In this way, only the desired diode remains connected after programming a PROM. Programming like this is permanent because data cannot be erased after it has been burned in. Here are some commercially available PROMs. This is 74 series. 74S stand for 74 Scotty TTL. 74S 188 IC, which is nothing but 256 bits organized as 32 multiplied by 8. What is the meaning of this? There can be 32 words can be stored, and each word is having a length of 8 bit or 32 bytes are going to be stored here, and this multiplication comes out to be 256. That's why this IC is said to be 256 bits organized as 32 words, and word length of each word is going to be 8 bits. Similarly, this IC 74S287 is 1024 bits organized as 256 words, and each word is having length of nibble or group of 4 bits. So, group of 4 bits, that means there will be horizontal lines is going to be 256 and vertical lines will be only 4. In this IC, 74S472 is 4096 bit organized as 512 multiplied by 8. That means 512 words can be stored. 512 address line is going to be there, and each address line which is having over that 8-bit data can be stored. Prompts such as this are useful for small production runs. For instance, if you are building only a few hundred units or maybe even just one, you would choose a PROM rather than ROM, because ROM is generally programmed by the manufacturer, while PROM is just a ROM, and you can program. You can once program according to your requirements. So manufacturer produce PROMs in thousands of the pieces, and it will be cheaper for you compared to the ROM. Since the PROMs are useful in many applications, manufacturers produce test chips in a high volume. Furthermore, the PROMs is a universal logic solutions, because once it is given, any circuit, any 4 variable or 8 variable or whatever truth table is going to be there, that can be implemented, or logic circuit can be designed. That's why it is called universal logic circuits. Why? Because the AND gate generates all the fundamental products. The users can then or this product is needed to generate any Boolean outputs. So needed OR gates, needed diode is only remains connected, and that means corresponding to that only fundamental product can be ORed, and remaining diode is going to be disconnected by burning, and hence that fundamental product will not be entered into that sum of product equation. One disadvantage of PROM is limit of number of inputs variable. Typically, PROMs is having one disadvantage of PROMs is the limit of number of inputs variable. Typically, PROMs have 8 inputs or less. Now, the next one is erasable PROMs. What is erasable PROM means? The normal PROM you have studied. That means all the diodes are connected, and the required diodes you are going to keep it there, and remaining diodes you are going to burn it by excessive destructive currents. In erasable PROMs, it's slightly different. This can be made using MOSFETs, metal oxide, semiconductor, field effect transistor. And in a MOSFET, normally over the gate, the charge is going to be stored or charge is going to be removed. When the charge is going to be stored, there is a 1, and charge is going to be removed, there is a 0, binary data is going to be stored. This can be done using a laser. So using a laser or ultraviolet lights, this data can be stored or it can be removed. That means you can rewrite the programs. Once it is going to be programmed, you can reset it. you can clean it, you can make it clean totally, and then you can rewrite the program according to your will. So it can be utilized for project work, etc. The erasable PROMs, EPROM, uses metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, MOSFETs. Data is stored with the EPROM programmer. Later, data can be erased with ultraviolet lights. That means you can reuse that erasable EPROM. The light passes through a quartz window in the IC package. So, on the top of the IC package, there is a window will be there. This is a quartz window will be there, and if you pass ultraviolet lights, that data is going to be wiped out. That means programmable IC is going to be completely clean, or it is going to be reset. Again, you can store a new program according to your requirements. When it strikes the chip, the ultraviolet light releases all the stored charges on the MOSFET, and the effect is to wipe out the store content. In other words, the EPROM is ultraviolet light, erasable, and electrically reprogrammable. Here are some of the commercial available EPROMs. 2716 is nothing but 16, this is the IC number. This is nothing but 16,384 bits organized as 2048 words, and each word is having a length of 8 bits. Another IC 2732, that is nothing but 32,768 bits organized as 4096 words, and each word is having length of 8 bits. The EPROM is useful in a project development. This is the application of EPROM. You can develop some project, because sometimes when you are developing a project, then your project may not be working properly. You want to rewrite that programs again. You want to store that that new programs. So what you will do? You will wipe out the initial data using the ultraviolet light, and again it is going to be clean. You can reuse that particular IC. So this is useful. EPROM is useful in a project development. With the EPROM, designer can modify the contents until the stored data is going to be perfect. Until you are going to satisfy that now it is working properly, you can do this thing again and again. It's just like a pen drive. It's just like a, you can say that some kind of stored devices in a memory system also, where you can rewrite the programs. So that way it is better. Once your program is going to be correct, you can give that program to the manufacturer, and manufacturer can produce in a bulk ROMs corresponding to that programs. So when the design is finalized, the data can be burned into the PROMs. Small production runs or sent to the IC manufacturer who produce ROMs, large production runs. Thank you very much, friends.